Alright everyone, this is once again Visual Pony for Pony and Wolf Productions, and today we are reading the story, Why Cadence is a Very Big Dum-Dum. This is actually a sequel to a story we have read before by the same author, Aqua Drops. Welcome back, Aqua Drops, on this channel, and I still love your avatar. So, this time it is Cadence who puts Twilight in timeout. Oh my frickin' word. And there's actually, as I saw, another sequel with Luna. So, let's get into the meat of the story after I've shown you a list of those amazing people who keeps this amazing channel alive with their amazing donations and make sure that I can get, well, decent food. Well, at least food. You know? Seriously, for the last 2 months I have, quite literally, been living off of instant pasta and toast. Timeout again. Butter slid down Cadence's face and down her mane. It plopped in front of Twilight and splashed Cadence's hooves. She tried not to giggle at the sight. "Do not ever do that again," Cadence snarled, advancing on Twilight. You little... Her jaw clenched and her cheeks started to go red as she remembered the events from the past 2 minutes. She took a deep breath and calmed herself. Deep breath. She gasped. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Then she lost control. "Why did you put toast in the fan? What in Celestia's name is wrong with you? That thing turns 1,000 times a second. Do you know how long it would take to clean up 1 million pieces of toast from the walls of the ballroom? There is butter everywhere. I don't know what to... I just can't even... Cadence ran out of half sentences. She tried to take a deep breath, but the thought of cleaning up all that butter and toast kept coming back to her. Twilight couldn't hold it in anymore as she burst out laughing at the butter-covered princess in front of her. "Stay there," Cadence whispered dangerously. "Stay there and do not move unless there's a fire and you have to run." She turned around and ran out of the room to wash her mane. Twilight rolled over and kicked the wall. She lay upside down and snickered as she remembered Cadence's face when she saw her little masterpiece. Butter all over the walls, toast plastered to the ceiling, the mangled fan dangling out of the window from its cord. Oh, it was hilarious, but it was starting to get boring sitting in timeout. Then she remembered her secret weapon. She stood up and crept to the drawer near the timeout corner. Sure enough, there were a few paper and quilts sitting in there waiting to be used. Twilight grinned wickedly as she levitated them out. Then she saw something else into the drawer, and her grin grew even wider as she remembered Cadence's last words to her. Cadence wrung out her hair and tossed it over her shoulder. Sighing, she wearily walked to her chest of drawers and leaned against them. "That brat has done enough," she hissed through her teeth. "She tasered a police officer, nearly got me thrown in jail, danced a jig down the street in somebody else's underwear, and then she fed her toast through the fan." She put her hoof on her head, then rubbed her mane into a frizzy mess. "Celestia, why?" Groaning, she leaned down further and bumped into an object of some sort. She jumped up and looked at it. It was a letter scrunched into a ball. She unscrewed it and read the title. "Oh, how sweet," Cadence sobbed. "Some pony wrote me a thank you letter." Then she read the whole thing. "A thank you letter for Princess Cadence. Dear Princess Cadence, I just wanted to thank you for raising me into the jerk I am today. I mean, just think about it. Half the ideas I get for my pranks come from you.
Like when I stole that old pony's underpants and did the moonwalk down the street. I remember once you stole Shining Armor's underwear and you had a blast dancing to Sapphire Shaw's music in them. I even got a video of you doing that somewhere. For some reason when I showed Shining Armor he wasn't amused. I wonder why that was. And when I tasered the police officer who had the guts to call me cute. I mean, who does that? I got that idea from you when you tasered Shining Armor and looked through his stuff while he was out. I never could quite figure out why you did that. I just wanted to thank you for all the insults you taught me. Would you like some examples? Go stick your head in the toilet. Go talk to someone who cares about your rubbish. Fuck off. What does fuck mean anyway? I mean, you're always saying it, like, fuck, I dropped my crown on the floor, or fuck, Celestia kicked me in the bum. Don't worry, Celestia has hit me in the bum before. After I slid down the hallway in Snowfire's armor. It was so much fun. And then that naughty guard shouted at me. It's not fair. I can't believe he did that. He's such a jerk. And that is why Snowfire should be fired. Wait, what was this letter about? Hang on, I'll reread it. I reread even a word. I don't know. Oh yes, the thank you letter to Cadence. Well, thank you for everything, jerk.
Cadence blinked. What? She murmured, looking back through the letter. What? Tasered Shining Armor? What's that supposed to mean? And how did she know that? She frowned at the rude things Twilight had said. She didn't have Celestia's temper, but this was too much. And she had only just finished cleaning up the mess she had made earlier. Wait, she gasped. How did you get out of the timeout room? It has a spell around it so that she can't leave without my permission. I had permission. Cadence spun around and sure enough, there was Twilight. What? How did you? She whispered, dread filling her stomach. Oh, wait. You don't mean you? Her last words to Twilight suddenly came back to her. Stay here and do not move unless there's a fire and you have to run. Flames filled the room and Twilight dropped the matchbox on the floor. You're a little pert! Cadence screamed. Twilight smiled proudly. I know! Hello and welcome back to Comment on Visual Pony, where I remind you that you can support Pony and Wolf Productions through the link down in the description below. Every dollar helps is needed and very much appreciated and helps to keep the lights on around here. And you know, food is a thing. Now let's get into the meat of the story because oh my word, my back is hurting and I'm sweating so much that sweat is running down my back and into my ass crack. So let's, I just don't know what to say here. First of all, why did Cadence taser Shining Armor? I mean, the whole thing was her, you know, putting on his underpants and dancing in it. I can kind of see that happening because, you know, I've had girlfriends and they have done similar things. But, you know, why would you taser your boyfriend and then go through his stuff while he's out? I have questions. Also, you must admit, even though it is a very dangerous and very stupid thing to do here, Twilight actually setting the place on fire so she could get out of the timeout room is kind of, you know, using a loophole that Cadence herself created, so she is... I don't know anymore. Sincerely yours for the pony, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well in body and mind.